I've been messing around with City Skylines. I've built a couple of little cities just to get to learn the basics of the game and that, but I'm going to start my Let's Play on the Blackwoods. So I thought about how I want to approach my Let's Play, and I'm going to kind of just talk like I'm live streaming, you know what I mean? But usually when I'm live streaming I have people asking me questions and that too, so it's kind of something I want to do with the comments. If you guys want to ask any question, I'll answer it in the next video, best of my ability. So I'm going to go in low because that sounds a bit loud. So I'd like to keep my city organic. I don't want grids and lines everywhere. I don't want that. I'm going to put my industrial over this side because I want a port here, and I'm going to put my power over here and my water over here because this water's flowing nicely for pumping and sewerage. So I do know there is kind of a little bug. You do this and then you just delete that road and you got access to these ones. So I think I'll start out by making these one ways down. This will probably be my only what's the name? Only straight kind of area. Now I will apologise too if you can hear trains going through. There's not a lot I can do about that fact. Like you're about to hear one going through right now. Is that straight? That doesn't look too straight to me. Maybe I better get rid of that. Yeah, so questions and that, I'd like to have them in the comments. I mean, I've done this previously with people in the comments, and they've always been pretty interesting questions and that, so I'd like to hear more. I mean, any question, you know. I've been around for a while now and got some pretty good life experience, especially you young fellas. You want to know anything? Women? You want to know about women? Ask me. I don't know much, but I'll try my best. Women still bewilder me. They do. They bewilder me quite a bit. Not too sure. So I'm going to stop the... what's the name, and start with the organic curvy curves. No, you don't like that. I kind of want that. I want that kind of like that. Bastard. I want that. But yeah, anything you want to ask, go ahead and ask. I don't see a reason why I should censor myself. I mean, some people probably won't want to hear what I got to say, but I think it's better to... see, I don't really like that. Better to speak your mind than to keep silent about... I mean, even like, you want to ask about my health or, you know, being on a disability pension. I mean, probably not a lot of you knew that about me. But I've been on a disability pension since I was... yeah, that's not going to work. Since I was about 16. And the reason for that, my father was a Vietnam veteran, and a lot of children of veterans have significant health issues, particularly autoimmune illnesses. So early on, my father made it a point to have me diagnosed, and because I was a very sick kid, had me diagnosed with autoimmune disorders. And I mean, he saw the signs because he knew of other veterans' children and that had had this, and he made the point, or him and my mother made the point of having me diagnosed and then taking care of the disability pension through the Veterans Affairs. But yeah, so probably not a lot of people know about that at all. I mean, I've really only discussed it with my friends. I mean, if you want to ask about my family, there's not really not much there, but there's some interesting stuff. If you want to ask about God, anything, just go ahead and ask. Because I'm gonna do this with full intentions of, I guess, exposing my inner core. Whatever the fuck that's one thing. I'll say that's one thing about me. I'm not a wishy-washy, I've got to go to therapy to talk about my feelings kind of person. That's not really going to be great. That there. No, that's not going to be great. I'm a firm believer in just, I guess you could say, putting it simply, manning up and dealing with what's happening in your life. Because whatever you feel like you're going through, I guarantee you there's 1,000 other people or 1,000,000 other people going through fucking 10 times worse than what you perceive to be horrible and tragic in your life. So no matter where you get or how down you feel, you just got to remember that there's people out there so much worse off than you are. And you're kind of insulting them by, you know, being a bitch. Sorry to put it like that. But you're insulting them. I mean, their struggles are valid and yours are first world problems. If you do live in a first world country and you've got things that are going on in your life that seem, you know, to be lucky, seem to be so much worse than anybody else you know and all that kind of jazz, then just take a second just to think about how much worse off it could be for you. It could be so fucking much worse. I don't want that. I do not want that. That's kind of awkward, but I'll fix that up. I mean, you could be, you know, here's the thing. If you've got little brothers, little sisters, especially little brothers, from the point I'm making here, but especially little brothers, you can think of them as being as fortunate as anything to live in a first world country. And that kind of term's a bit derogatory in some sense, but I mean, what makes a first world country, really, you know? But you lived in Africa, there's every chance your little brother could be a child soldier. If you lived in Asian countries, your little brother could be, well, not first world Asian countries, but other Asian countries, your little brother could be working in the fields. And with your little sisters, they could be who knows what, you know, unfortunately. But that's what you got to think about, and not obsessively think about and drive yourself fucking crazy, but just take that second to register the fact that you are extremely fortunate to be where you are in life right now. and to kind of get into your own head about, oh woe is me, my life is so unfortunate because the girl or the boy or whatever, not gonna judge, has not returned your phone call or shunned you, or the bully at school saying this and that. Fuck that guy, you know? I guarantee you oh, when you get out of school, I guarantee you 90% of the people, or 60s, 80% of the people you now know from high school, you will not know in your life. They will be distant memories, and you will be out there in the world creating your own life, and people will just fade in and out of that life, and that's how life is. People will just fade in and out. So yeah, always take a second to consider your lot, your position, and how fortunate you are to be where you are, because it is the absolute truth of this world that there are those that are more fortunate than others, and you quite possibly are one of them. You might not have money, you might not have fame, you might not have the new best toy or whatever, you know, electronically or whatever like that, but you are alive, free, and earning a decent paycheck. I mean, you could be earning $2 a week. You could be earning next to nothing, doing labor for 18 hours at a time. Hard labor for 18 hours at a time. So I know it's a pretty somber kind of live stream, but I'm not gonna mince words and just bullshit you and be like, hey everybody, you know. I've seen so many people that's like, hey everybody, blah, 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 blah. That's not me, man. That's really not. I'll fucking tell you the truth, or my version of it anyway, because there's always, you know, there's no absolute truth. And anybody who says there is. I got a question. If somebody can answer this question, you will have my love. You hear that? You'll have it. I'll love you forever. What is the first thing a wise man admits? Don't use Google. I know some of you just went to Google, you bastards. Don't go to Google. Just think about it. What's the first thing a wise man admits? And I'm not calling myself wise in the slightest. I'm in fact probably one of the stupidest human beings on the face of this planet. Because I get inside my own head. And that's where I was for about 6 months or so. Really. Oh, there's a train coming through. There's a train, I'm sorry. Can't do nothing about them. I was really in my own head for a good 6 months. And it's not a nice place to be at all. It can be really, really disconcerting to be constantly just in yourself. In yourself? That could be quite good sometimes. How are they not having water? Oh, he doesn't have power. He needs power. Eventually I can get rid of that too. And there's another train! They go every 15 minutes, man. And they usually meet at the station. So it's like constant. Constant train. Constant train is constant. But yeah. So, change the topic. I'm going to keep the videos to about 20 minutes. So, last 5 minutes. Has anybody been playing this? You know, what are your thoughts on it? Are you finding? Oh, I'm not going to give my opinion on it because I've barely played it. I enjoy it. I'll say that much. I do. I like the process of building something unique. I kind of want to go like this. Can I go around him? I can go around him. There we go. I mean, it's very important, you know, to build something unique. You don't want it to look like everybody else's city. And I got the feeling that this is going to lend to that uniqueness. You know, you'll be able to do something very unique. And unlike SimCity, I mean, I can go out here eventually and down here eventually, and I mean, I'm not restricted to this tiny little area. So I've really got to think about what I want in that regards. Ooh, everyone's noisy. Make sure I connect all these up at various points. See, I want to actually... So that's going out. So they're going to have to come out and then go down here and turn around. That might not be too bad initially, but eventually we'll have to look at that. And I'm actually running at a deficit. Why am I running at a deficit? Oh, that's not good. I will bring my water down to about 70. I've just been building too many roads and shit. I haven't really been paying attention. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on this game, if you're enjoying it and what you think the future holds for it. I think it's going to be great since they've added like mod support and shit. This is going to be awesome. I'm still running at a deficit. Need more peoples. I've got enough commercial there. Need more peoples. Give me more peoples. I don't think it's much of a deficit, but there is a bit of a deficit at the moment. There we go, we've got positives now. So I might speed it up the last 2 minutes of the video and just see what we get. See, residential's going down. The commercial, I can't really see why there's a big commercial demand. Oh, can't tile those? Okay. Well, those are not really big demand, it's just small. Alright, I quickly will do just this little bit here. I'm gonna make a thing out to the freeway from here. Oh, watch my monies. So that everything that comes in and out of the industrial can go straight onto the freeway. And I'll eventually put a ban on trucks. There we go! Tiny hamlet. Alright, so I'll call a video there and I'll be back for the next one very soon. Probably gonna upload these every like 3 days, you know, kind of space them out. So I'll have a schedule on the next video. I'll tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'll catch you again next time, and thanks for watching.